there's something wrong with you. That's just something that my nervous system used to keep saying to me nonstop. And sometimes it still does. Now, with a lot of effort in taking care of my mental and physical health, I'm a lot better than before. But there was a time when my body used to make me feel as though there was something wrong with me. It made me overthink, and it made me blame myself and overanalyze how people treated me nonstop. Did they not like me? Was it my personality? Was it my looks? What's wrong with me? What am I lacking? Nonstop. You see, sometimes my nervous system thinks that whenever it flags a certain interaction as negative, as in it thinks that someone rejected me in some way or the other, it has to come up with a reason for it. Because coming up with the reason makes the threat known, makes it something that I can potentially fix, right? For example, let's say I was walking down the street and I'd met a friend that I hadn't talked to in a very long time. I say, "Hey man, what's up?" And he says, "Dude, what's up? You tell me what's up. You look dead, man." And then we have a conversation, but something he said sticks in my head. You look dead. My nervous system slowly starts getting anxious. The overthinking begins. Does he think I look bad? Are my eyes drooping? Is there something wrong with the way I'm presenting myself? If you've not realized already, this shit is exhausting to deal with. Because I know in my brain, in my logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, that he wasn't making a comment about my physical appearance. He was just saying that I seemed tired that day. But for some reason, my nervous system does not understand that. It's hypersensitive. Whenever it thinks that there's the smallest ever threat to how I'm being perceived by other people, it gets panicky. It pushes these thoughts into my head because it's trying to find this threat, trying to find the reason behind what it thinks of as a potential rejection. You know that anxiety that you feel before you're about to take a huge test for a class? Yeah, it gives me that anxiety nonstop. But see, this nervous system is also like a monkey. It's a monkey that's going to keep jumping around as long as you entertain it. The thoughts that make you feel uncertain, well, they make you want to put brain power into figuring out this potential problem. But what if you didn't engage with the monkey? What if you just let things stay uncertain? What if whenever it asks you whether something is wrong, you just say, maybe, and mindfully observe how the body feels? The raw anxiety. Now, I know that may feel more painful and panicky at the beginning, but eventually the nervous system calms down. It habituates to what it thinks of as a threat. It comes up with the reason to forget it, and eventually it actually lets it go. That's just basic exposure therapy. There's no magic to it. You can go read up on it. But see, even if I'm able to let these fears go with my exposures and my maybes and whatnot, there's still a very core wound in my soul. This wound that manifests itself in so many different ways is this. My greatest fear is that I will never be loved and will be left alone. Will be ostracized, will be rejected, will be looked down upon, and will be excluded. I repeat, my greatest fear is that I will never be loved and will be left alone with nobody. Now, don't be worried, I'm not unstable anymore and I'm doing okay now. I'm not panicking 24/7 and I'm not hypersensitive now as I used to be back in the day. I've done a lot of inner work over the past couple of years. Meditation, journaling, self-reflection, optimizing my gut health, fixing my diet, taking my supplements, exercising, sleeping well, getting my sunlight in, all of that. And largely with these disciplines in place, I feel normal. I'm not overthinking 24/7. I don't overanalyze what people say about me and just go on with my day. Of course, when I eat some garbage outside, I have mental repercussions. My gut-brain axis is rather sensitive, but if I keep my health up, I usually feel okay. But all this inner work I've done over the past 4 years or so, dealing with overthinking, OCD, anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, heartbreak, all that nonsense has led me to a state of relative stability now. This inner work has led me to relative stability. So I'm okay, don't worry. And if I ever lose my footing, I usually get back up with my self-care practices and discipline. But that wound, even if it's a low voice that doesn't grip my nervous system, it's still there sometimes, as an afterthought, as the occasional overthinking that happens once in a while, as a subtle feeling sometimes. But no, I can't be at the mercy of this fear for the rest of my life. I can't let this fear dictate everything I do for myself. I cannot let this fear come in the way of my personal expression because personal expression is something that I've loved doing ever since I was a kid. I always loved creating YouTube videos. I always wanted to write and express my thoughts and opinions about the world. Always wanted to put my emotions out in the form of music through creation and or curation. Always enjoyed doing a little bit of graphic design, and who knows, maybe I'll start a little bit of a clothing brand out of it. And I've always loved the idea of bringing like-minded people together in the form of a community. All these things exist. I want to push out there more. I want to be out there more. I want to express myself in the public and not give a shit about what people say. I don't want to overthink about whether people will accept me or not. I just want to be. I want to be free. And that's where my own rebellion starts. Tyler Durden said it himself. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war, and our great depression is our lives. The war we fight, my friends, is an inner war. And yeah, in the process of creating what I create, people may not like me. People may criticize me, people may hate on me, and I don't really know where this path will lead me. I'll most likely feel overwhelmed at times, and I may doubt myself many times. But if I don't do this, then I'll lay on my deathbed full of regret, knowing that I never took the chance when I had it, knowing that I never faced my own fears and gave myself a chance. I always feel this urgency inside of me now because I just graduated university and I'm now working my 9 to 5, but I can't live that life forever. I want to express my identity out in the world. I want to be out there. I want to do stuff on my own. And that fear of not doing is greater than any insecurity that may possess my being. So take a chance. Maybe your heart will beat faster. Maybe you will feel judged or ashamed or scared. Maybe you will feel patronized. But don't let that stop you. If there's something that you've wanted to create for the longest time, just go for it. All I'm saying is, just go for it.